What we are using, because of my involvement in different companies in the last 5 years in the space, obviously involved in many different sectors, but where I see the most the development happen in last few years is obviously in the finance industry. And that's where Visa or NASDAQ or Barclays being one of the early one jumping into the technology in 2013. Of course, it started much earlier than 2013, in 2009 with the Bitcoin. And what happened, I think when today we talk about blockchain, because Bitcoin became so much popular but in itself that it overcosted the entire technology. So, and that's true also, because if we see there is two ways to judge any technology. Either the technology is being really used and solving problems, or the technology is making you money, correct? So what happened is that you have a technology which is very young, which is more like a network effect, and it's not going to produce any result until you adopt the network completely. There is no middle way. If you want to run an internet, you have to run it completely or you don't run it. But right now, and blockchain, I compare it more as internet. So you have to go complete into the technology. You can't say, I can run a small system like ARPANET or something, and then still I say that I can communicate everything. So on development, let's talk development side and then hype side, because we have both the factors into this one technology. So on the development side, I think it's in the developing very, very infancy stage. We are still, I think in 2018-19, we will see some real big deployments coming out. And then maybe the results could be assessed, maybe the technology will fail, we build it again. Because the problem is that still you don't have any volume or any practical, or let's say more industry grade use case deployment. Okay? And until you don't have the deployment done, you don't know exactly the system will work or not. So that's where we are into the blockchain in the development cycle. The hype cycle, I think that's growing every day by day, correct? So last year, and one of the good thing about this technology is not just helping itself to grow faster than any other technology, but it's also helping other technologies. So you have one of the funding mechanism called ICO based on this technology, which almost now destroying the VC industry. Last year, you had around $1.9 billion raised through ICO in 2017. This year, in last 5 months, $7 billion has been raised. So the rate with it's growing, it's really huge. So that's something, and it's not that all this money is just going in blockchain. Obviously, companies are coming with the use cases which have sometime yes or sometime no blockchain into that, and trying to have an ugly girl with a lot of powder and trying to sell. But that's something which is happening, and that's why when I say this technology, but you also have some of the very great use cases which is coming, and I think that's where we are in the hype curve, and this hype will still keep continuing for the next 18 to 33 years.
Right. Okay.
On the development cycle, still we see that a lot of deployments will happen this year, and a lot of government. It could be Dubai, it could be India, it could be UK. Everyone is looking into this, and three main sectors where I have noticed the most of the development which happened is finance, obviously number one, supply chain side, and third the governments. So I think these three areas which will start coming out with some practical implications in next 18 months, and then we see that what are the challenges which comes into the industry and how to solve them.
Thank you.